holy tits, a lot of stuff happened last night. But before we go any further,
not a lot of tits though.
Not a lot of tits.
They've dialed it back on the. They're like, maybe we don't. If we're able to have the giant dragon battles, we don't. Maybe we can dial it back on the tits just a little bit.
I don't know. After that Grey Worm Missandei scene from before,
that was intense.
That was spicy.
That was.
Wouldn't want to watch that.
Oh, they made a joke. They made a joke about. They were like, "What's going on?" And then they cut away. I'm like, I would have liked more of what they were going to talk about. Yeah, that would have been funny. Anyway.
Little lady talk.
Yeah.
But before we go any further, classic. Sam's going to review or recap.
Yes, because
what happened.
Sam is now through season 3.
Yes.
Yay!
Game of Thrones.
I watched so much over the past 3 weeks.
And
doing great.
So he's catching up, but he's still not completely there. So we always like to hear his take on the episode.
I now recognize a lot of shit that people are saying, like the Chaos Ladder one-liner. All right.
I like that scene a lot.
All right, take the golden run. Hey, it's Tyrion's friend. Why he know with Tyrion? It's Bronn?
Bronn.
And I was like, later on, I write that he probably turned on Tyrion. I'm not going to be happy when that scene happens because I like Bronn so far in season 3. Cool, paying back the bank, sexy fantasy talk. My favorite part of fantasy is banking. I miss Jamie's early 2000s haircut. Isn't it bad to pay off all your debt at once, right? I'm not gonna pretend I know how a bank works. Cool, the map is done. How's the basement lady doing, you think? Oh, the one that got kissed, the one who got smooched. Bran now has a knife. I don't like it. I don't like that because of how fucking creepy he's being so far.
It's creepy.
Dickfinger should shut the fuck up. Sansa and Tyrion are still married. I don't know. That's from where I'm at. So I was like, oh, I thought about that in this episode. Shouldn't Bronn know where the sword came from? Shouldn't he know like everything?
Shouldn't Bran?
Bran, that's what I mean. Sorry. Oh, you're gonna have to correct me on a lot of these names. They've just been shoved into my brain. But yeah, shouldn't he know everything? Forever about everything. Chaos is a ladder. Haha, I know what that is. It's that sister from blonde British boy in season 3. That's the one who's escorting Bran. And I was like, I know where you are, and I'm guessing a lot of other people die around you. And then I wrote, I couldn't put emojis of the clap in my notes, but I just wanted to write, Bran is a dick. Because he was like, I don't need you. I'm not Bran anymore. I'm a fucking little dick.
That was rough.
Spoilers, everyone dies for Bran. Where's his little bro? I now know where the little bro is because I haven't watched that episode yet.
Jojen.
Excited to see this magical cave that definitely I haven't seen pictures of like years ago on Twitter. The cave where he got his powers or where he tried to get his like legs back or whatever.
Oh, that's real weird to see.
Arya, she came home. Don't fuck with Arya.
Don't fuck with Arya. Don't fuck with Arya.
And I wrote, cool.
I love it.
It was cool. Cool kung fu powers when she fights Brienne, and I was like, this is fucking dope. This is really cool. But in battle, stop flipping around and maybe just use your sword. I kept writing, do your Scooby-Doo trick. Look like Tyrion or Samuel L. Jackson, and then I wrote if that's racist or not, if they did that on the show.
I don't know.
These two should actually keep an eye on Arya. Spoke too soon. Oh, the guards. And then immediately she ran away because that's how shows work. I wish, when Sansa's saying, oh, I know where she is, I wish she said, she's right here, and then ripped off the mask. And I wrote, ooh, reunion. How do people recognize when people recognize other people without looking at them in TV shows? Because when Sansa walked in, Arya's like, I knew you'd be here, but didn't look at her. She just knew that her robe sounded like Sansa. I thought that was bullshit. You got your weird hug. You got a Joffrey shout out. Arya is a serial killer because she writes down who she wants to kill.
It's very true.
And then I wrote weird fucking laughs because they're like, I have a list. And they're like,
Arya is queen of weird fucking you'll see that happen time and again.
That seems like a running gag this season where Arya's like, I've got a list of people killed, and people around are like, oh, that's hilarious, little girl.
And then she murders
and she
everybody.
Just laughs.
Oh wait, that did happen with Ed Sheeran.
With Ed Sheeran. but my favorite bit is Maisie Williams has become such an amazing actress, and just the look on her face of like, oh, are we laughing now? Sure.
Sure. And we're laughing now.
It's great.
my next note, spoiler alert, Bran is a fucking weirdo, and he'll probably mention the time you watch your dad die or something. Took them 7 years to come up with a wheelchair. I wrote that down. Bran is being a weirdo with he's being a weirdo with a knife. And I remember, do you remember those kids in school that would like, check it out, man, I got a knife collection. I'm like, man, we're in history class, please put your knives away. That is definitely a thing. Or kids who they're like, look, my dad bought me a butterfly knife. And I'm like, please stop playing with it. That's what Bran feels like.
I honestly thought, because you pretty much get the impression that Bran knows what's up with Littlefinger, and if everybody else found out what was up with Littlefinger back in earlier seasons, that basically all this is his fault, that he would definitely be on Arya's list. So I thought he would bring out the knife, like, because they were talking about the list, and so I thought it had to do like, hey, you know who should be on your list, you know?
Oh, Bran's not dropping any knowledge.
He's not. He's keeping it to himself, and there's just a lot of looks of like, I know something.
And I wonder if that's like a time loop thing. Like you can't mess with, like maybe you can't say anything.
For Sam, that scene when he leaves the tree is very emotional.
When he leaves the tree. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I'm probably
emotional because of timey-wimey.
Have you seen my doorstop?
Yeah.
Oh, there's spoilers in Trisha's house.
Secret spoilers in Trisha's house. See if you can find them all.
Brienne and Podrick, I gave that a exclamation point because I really like. You mentioned Podrick last week, and now Podrick is here, and I really like him.
I like that.
Actually, my favorite scene was that very short, right after Brienne sees Arya, and she's like, "Oh, they're here," and Podrick's like, "You did," and she's like, "I didn't do anything." She's like, "I'm not." Thank you, Podrick. It's like, that's beautiful. I just want to take that scene and just put it in my pocket.
This is why I like Brienne and Podrick.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Brienne's the best.
Then I wrote, ooh, lame, dirty talking, because that's when they brought up the, ooh, Grey Worm or whatever.
Many things.
Yeah. And when John says he doesn't to show him, I wish he was towing away a chunk of the island. And then it sounded like the Jurassic Park theme song for a second. And I wish that John had showed real dinosaurs instead of some rocks.
That's what the show needs, is dinosaurs now.
Is that spiral important? Is that spiral?
Actually, it is.
Yeah, because it's spiral because of like dead horses.
And I have a theory about that we'll get into later.
Cool. Then we go there.
Can't wait to hear that.
Tyrion fucked up. Jon and Dany teaming up. I'm really excited about that. So if you have dragons but can't use them, what do you do then? We figure out what the end of the episode answers that question. I wrote Podrick and his big ding dong on the throne 2K17. That's the title of the episode. Brienne versus Arya, that's great.
Wouldn't that be a twist? Podrick fucking takes the whole thing.
Everyone likes him.
Podrick and his big old dick is one of my. I like Podrick, but his big dick is one of my least favorite running jokes of the show.
But is it that he has a huge dick, or
he just knows how to use it well? But where would the skill come from anyway?
I figure
his mouth.
Maybe.
No, but lack of experience is what I'm saying.
There were like 3 or 4 women in there. They had to. He's moving all over the place. For Arya and Brienne scene, I wrote that's all I wrote.
Don't snurf your water.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Then I wrote kill Dickfinger. I write that a lot, so I'll just say it once. I know Miss Sandy now. I'm like, I know who that is. And I know who Grey Worm is. Then we have Theon showing up again, and I was like, is this going to be with one of those weird scenes where like people in TV shows just shake hands and move on from it? But I was like, no, okay.
I yanks him in.
It was deserved.
Yes, very much so.
I wrote Jaime isn't a total prick anymore because that's comparing it to season 3, and I really like Jaime. He's probably gonna die because nothing good ever happened.
Season 3, Jaime is best.
Yeah, he was.
Is
really
that
good.
Jaime and Brienne?
Yeah, it was great. That was that's what. You know what? I did gasp because I was like, it's coming. And I'm like, this would be the time to do it. Even though it happened, I was like, dude.
Did you get to the hot tub scene?
Yes. Yeah.
That's like one of my
favorites. It's a great scene.
It's really good for his character.
When we got to the horses are coming, Dothraki whole thing, when someone kept yelling spears and shields, in my head I was like, grab a gun. I'm like, wait, that's not what the show is. What a fucking idiot. And also, I thought when clouds came, I was like, big twist. I thought it was
the White Walkers.
But like, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
That
then
would have been surprising.
That would have been shocking.
Super far south.
Yeah.
Then they go back to Winterfell, and actually the White Walkers already went through and killed fucking everybody.
Time jump.
A little time jump. I said, not one of King's Landing's men has a bow and fucking arrow. And I was like, oh, doesn't matter. They got a dragon. I was like, oop, nothing fucking matters. And basically, then from here, it's just rewriting, oh, fuck, ooh, fuck, they fucking killed him.
Fucking run.
Yeah, when he's standing in front staring at a dragon fucking flying at him.
That's all we were doing on that couch. We were all going, just fucking run. Yeah. This is the moment when you run.
That was just a snippet of our Game of Thrones discussion. If you want to see the whole thing and find out where the baby came from, you will have to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/onlystupidanswers. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
Click it.